Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year is entitled Gedolim that didn't start off as Gedolim. So as we learned the previous year, we said don't sell your child short. Sometimes a child struggling to learn a Gemara and understand and follow, he just doesn't get it, and you think, well, I guess it's just not for him. And it's just not true. It's not necessarily true. Sometimes the hard work and the schwitzing and the sweating and the davening by the child himself, by herself, by the parents, that's what does it. It's a siyata d'shmaya, as God's help is involved here. Toras Hashem to me, we mentioned the story of the Netziv, where the parents thought there's no chance for him to be a serious Ben Torah, let alone a Tam Chacham, let alone a Gadol Hador. And he said, no way, no way, no way. I'm not mevater myself. I'm going to push and push and push and daven. Another was Maram Shik. 200 years ago, he lived early 1800s. And the time of the Chassam Sofer saw this young Maram Shik. He was crying and crying. He said, what's going on? He said, I can't remember anything. I knew the shit yesterday. I go over, it's gone. Gone. There's no memory. And he was crying. Chassam Sofer saw how he was crying. He was so sincere. And he said, I think you're going to have a lot of siyata d'shmaya. And he would daven, and he would daven, and he would learn, and his learning was different than everyone else. Other people would learn and do some review. For him, the review sometimes could be the majority of the day. 20 times, 40 times, 50 times. In his Gemara, there were notes. I reviewed this 70 times, 60 times. Somebody asked, why? Why are you writing that about yourself? He says, my children, grandchildren, students, I want them to see it. I want them to know what it means to review. The story goes that the Chassam Sofer's son, the Ksav Sofer, they were away and he needed the Torah. So he asked, sent to the Maram Shik for the Torah. And Maram Shik wrote up the specific, he wanted a certain siman, a certain place written up, so he wrote it up. So Ksav Sofer naturally assumed that Maram Shik has the Torah in his home. And he went over because he wanted to see more sources inside. He goes up and said, where's the Torah? And then he realized he didn't have the Torah. He wrote the whole thing from memory. The Ksav Sofer said, my father, Chassam Sofer, could not have done that. Chassam Sofer was the Gadol Hador, Gadol of Gedolim. He said he couldn't have done that. And the Maram Shik started with no ability to retain. But he worked, he sweated like crazy, and he davened, and he davened, and he davened. I think it's so important that we understand this, and we have this Havana, as we educate ourselves and educate our children as well. When we push and push. Yes, at certain times you push too much. It's not healthy, for sure. But a healthy amount of optimism, hope, and tefillah and siyata d'shmaya. We have Gedolim. I only mentioned two Gedolim mentioned that way. Maram Shik and the Netziv. So many others. The Stipler's son-in-law, Yaakov, also, Rav Shaul, wrote Sfarim and Gemara, his early days, the same thing. He just worked and he worked and he worked. And if we have that ethic, and we can, in a healthy way, push our children in that direction to work during their yeshiva years, who knows? Mitzvah Hashem, they could become Gedolim as well. Shalom.